All right, guys, we got Americans on why Egyptian statues' noses are chopped, man. This has been a conversation we talked about in the last video. Now we got opinions from, you know what I'm saying, other fellow U.S. people on why the Egyptian noses are chopped off. Let's go ahead and check this out, man. Y'all new here, smash this up button. Like the video for your boy. Let's get right into it.
One thing I'm noticing with this whole Speed in Africa thing, as he went into Egypt, right, and he's asking about the statues and their noses, and he's asking about, how did this pyramid get made, and like what was the different techniques that they used then versus now, and just asking very valid questions that anybody who hasn't experienced it would ask on the first time experiencing it. And one thing I'm noticing, man, these motherfuckers can't give a straight answer for shit.
Hey, none of them, y'all. They all got different answers.
Like, how is this your place of origin? How is this your history? How is this rich culture yours? And you can't give me a straight fucking answer. I mean, they were talking about the statue's nose being eroded through time. And I'm like, the statue is made from the same material, the entire statue. How the fuck does the nose fall off and the rest of the statue isn't eroded? Like,
that's my question on that one.
Somebody's lying. Like, this shit, I just smell bullshit, and it's crazy.
And have you seen how edgy and how uncomfortable some of the tour guides get?
Wait, I have a question. Why is this nose
Definitely
long?
her.
It almost seems like they're trying to hide something.
This girl was so uncomfortable, bro. You could tell through the video. That's the first person I thought of when he said that.
They're trying to keep something from getting out. What is it? Listen to some of the reasons why they say that, some of the noses are gone or there's damages to the nose of the statues.
Two reasons. The first one, because the erosion factors. This is the weakness point of the statue. Because the erosion factors, it's...
Pay attention to the second reason now.
Second reason, because after this king tried to prove his nose to be the strongest.
Oh. That ain't the reason. Come on, we know what the reason is. Come on, you know what the reason is. Come on now. It's because the ancient Egyptians are black. That's why. I mean, when Muhammad ibn Sa and Amir al-As came to Egypt, they came to conquer it and to take advantage of the black people in Africa. When you say ancient Egypt, you're talking about ancient Africa. It took so long for the Greeks, the Assyrians, you name them, all of these different invasions. You're talking about 7 to 8 invasions, of people coming, or groups of people coming into Egypt, because the Nile was dependable and it was the breadbasket of the world, and the gold in the Sudan and so forth. It took them ages to finally take over the Egyptians, because the Egyptians had monuments and statues of their ancestors. They venerated their ancestors. They worshipped their ancestors like other Africans. But this secret is too much. This is the secret that keeps the world going, because you got some of these people, the Muslims, who have conquered Egypt, and they don't want the secret of the fact that at one point in time, science, mathematics, all manner of different types of education, wisdom, philosophy, all of that was being studied, was being taught by African people. This is the biggest secret, and they don't want black people to know, because if black people know, they're going to get together and form, a better world. And right now, the world works for the evil people, the elites who got everyone in the loop. So that's the story in the, as short as I can say it, really.
Patriots, this just in, there has been an awakening. iShowSpeed has been in Egypt. He's the first live streamer to ever go into the pyramids. It's intense. And the expressions from the Black American community here on TikTok and online is overwhelming, because he's going into these museums and he asks a question. He said, why are all the noses missing?
And they flustered.
Why are the noses missing from all of the Egyptian statues, or a lot of them? And he asked the woman that, and she says, oh, it's because that's that's where it was the weakest part. Then, no.
What is crazy, y'all? It's even the small ones, not even the huge, you know what I'm saying? Even the little small, like the nose is chopped. Like, come on, bro. Come on, fam.
Is because Black Americans come from kings and queens and royalty. And they were brought here through slavery, had their names and history stolen from them, And people are literally like crying online hearing this. And this is kind of something I've kind of known, you know, for a little bit, but it's interesting how when something hits you, it almost reminds me of Juneteenth, how people were free from slavery, but they didn't know. And it was like, once they got the word, was Juneteenth.
Listen, y'all, imagine being a slave, right? In the United States. And then like a day comes like you're now free. What do you do, bruh? Like, what am I supposed to do? What do I do, bruh? First of all, I can't read. I can't write. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have anything. So what are we supposed to do? So I feel like a lot of them stayed and just stayed as slaves. Because what am I supposed to do, bruh? I just run and then what they don't even know, bruh. And a lot of them didn't even know that they was free and but still was working. Imagine working it for years you've been free. And you just got word, nigga, you've been free for 3 years. Why you still work? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all.
And it almost feels like this is a liberation for Black Americans to realize that some people are saying the American dream they've been sold is BS. That your lineage, your roots are greatness of kings and queens and royalty, and Lord knows in Egypt, the technology that we have no idea about. That's Black culture. That's Black American culture. That's African culture.
What's crazy is how this guy know, but Speed Dad's oblivious to it. Speed Dad was oblivious. If y'all ain't checked my reaction to Speed's dad was oblivious of his ancestors. But this guy right here, he knows. You know what I'm saying? He knows ball. I'm sure Speed's dad now has a different perspective after seeing, I hope so, after seeing Speed coming to Africa and touring, you know what I'm saying, all the different countries. And he actually did his DNA tests and stuff like that. But the things he was saying in that video, bro, it just sounded so uneducated, bro. It sounded very uneducated. And it's like he was just trying to run from his ancestors being a part of Africa or African ancestry. It don't even have to be from the continent of Africa. You know what I'm saying? He could have been from Jamaica or he could have been from, you know what I'm saying, Dominicans or any Haiti, anywhere down there, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the Africans were sent down there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like, come on, fam.
A lot of people are saying, I had no clue. They thought Africa was just poor and, you know, kids sitting around with flies on their, you know, belly and stuff. No, it's beautiful. It's prosperous. It's like Wakanda. But they've just been hiding it from you. So I think there's a beautiful day of awakening. Hey, it's like Juneteenth all over.
Yo,
wishing
Ethiopia
everybody
stream
well.
was beautiful,
I Show Speed, beautiful work. Beautiful work. It's about awakening people and letting them know their true potential. Secret Service Sam Out Sampson for president of TikTok.
Have you ever wondered why so many Egyptian statues and monuments are missing their noses? This isn't random damage, it's ritual erasure. In ancient culture, the nose symbolized identity, life force, and lineage. By chipping off the nose, colonizers weren't just defacing stone, they were erasing the image of people who once built pyramids, aligned stars, and created technology that still stuns modern engineers. Because if you knew who built them, you'd remember what you're capable of. You'd realize you are not small. You are a descendant of creators. This is why remembering your history isn't nostalgia, it's power. When you reclaim your story, you reclaim your ability to build, innovate, and create miracles again. You are the living pyramid. You are the hidden technology. The past isn't just a museum, it's a blueprint to activate your now. Comment remember below to get my guide on unlocking your own ancient codes and building your future from that power.
I Show Speed is everybody when he says, what happened to her nose? What happened to the Sphinx's nose? Go ahead and follow this page. I'm about to break something down. I have been paying attention to I Show Speed's travels through Africa, and he noticed that the nose was off of the Sphinx. So what the freak happened? Man seemed to meander a bit in his explanation, so I decided to Google it to help us out. The nose is gone due to old-fashioned vandalism, y'all. The Great Sphinx of Giza lost its nose due to deliberate vandalism, just some vandals, likely by a 14th century Sufi Muslim named Mohammed Sahim Al-Dar. That's what the guy was saying, who was angered by local peasants worshiping the statue. Because listen, the statue is not a god. Do not be worshiping it. Okay. And it says, though erosion and earlier attacks also contributed. Now, apparently, there is a popular myth that Napoleon's troops destroyed it is false because sketches from before Napoleon's campaign already show the nose is missing. But y'all, you got to give I Show Speed some credit, okay? Because he is asking what we're all thinking. What happened to the nose? What happened to the nose? All right, y'all. If you were to go
He was
to
asking
Egypt
all the right
and
questions,
you could
and
see
he
the
kept
Sphinx
asking.
and go into the tombs and go into the pyramids, what would you ask? Let me know what you think. All right, y'all. Peace. See you next time.
It looks like Speed just realized that the statues in Egypt all are missing noses. They're all missing noses for whatever reason. It looks like bulbous nose, like a bulbous nose, right? So he asked the lady at the museum, like, he's like, hey, look, it's missing a nose. Why is that? And she's like, well, it's missing a nose because that's the most fragile part of the statue. She's like, yeah, you see up there, that's an erosion factor. And Speed.
The crazy thing on all of them, y'all, on every statue, come on, fam. It gets to a point, bro. Like, how can y'all continue to tell this story? So you mean to tell me every statue, it just happened to be the nose that he rose out of on all of them? Not an ear, you feel me? Not a cheek bone or something. I don't know, bro. It just has to be the nose on every. Come on.
He is like, oh yeah, and she's like, yeah. And also, it's because this can try to prove how strong he was, so he broke his nose. Speed is like, oh, so it was like a pride thing. She's like, yeah, he broke his nose because he was showing how powerful he was, how strong he was, so he broke his own nose.
Why is his nose gone?
Because erosion factors, it's programmed. After the skin, try to work his nose to be the strongest one.
Oh, that's why. Another excuse that he got was because they wanted to show that they're not deities, so they broke their nose. But everybody knows it's because, yeah, we all know that.
What happened to the noses on the statues? What happened to the nose on the Sphinx? So what Cat Williams told us, the lie, the lie that was told, that was indigenous land. That was indigenous people. That was African American people, the noses, everything. Because they knew who we were and they know who the people was that stayed on that land. So the first thing they had to do was chop the noses. Just look at the nose. What makes you think, what other reason why they would want to cut off a nose? Because they won't leave you and keep you in the blind, because they don't want you to know where you was, you been here, because they had to dig up these people. The pharaohs, the Egyptians, they digged up all these bodies. You know what they did? They had to research every last one of these people. They had to learn so much about them to where, oh, we gonna make this a place where they gonna have to come and visit. We have to come and visit our own land. We have to come and pay for you to teach me about my people that walk this land.
Hey, she cooking right there. She cooking.
The land is now taken over by other people that's not even from there. And it's just so crazy to me how it's just so much more that I feel like a lot of people need to know and need to research. But I will never forget what Cat Williams said. 2020, the next few years is gonna be year of exposure, and now it is happening. Look what Drewski just did with the church. The mega church is taking all y'all money. Baby, let me tell y'all, the church is a place of business. It's a place of business.
That's what it's turned into, y'all.
Speed is in Egypt, and he's asking these people this on purpose about the noses. Y'all think he don't know what's going on with the noses and why they chopped off the noses? Because they knew the people that was there. The liar know the lie that was told. It keep you from knowing who you were. But people are so lazy to do the research. Y'all were so blindsided about this white Jesus in these churches that y'all sit up in every Sunday, that's draining y'all energy, that keeping y'all from learning who you were, who you was, who your ancestors were. And your ancestors, your mama, that was people that walked this land, people that you actually knew, people that you actually seen, that somebody know instead of a man that was made up, fairy tale in the sky. But hey, y'all, to each his own. Well, maybe the next lifetime when you come here, you'll find out and know who you was. You'll just keep on coming here till once you find out what it really was. Okay? So just know, indigenous people walk this land, was the first people to ever walk this land. Everything that's made, that was learned, that was taught was from the indigenous people. They took everything that we knew, everything we taught them because we were so kind-hearted. That's what you get from being so kind-hearted and letting people in that was so evil. They got everything, beat us down, stole everything, took it and made it out of $1. But hey, Speed, he have this fan base, and I'm glad everybody is talking about this. Everything needs to be exposed. Y'all like, share, comment, and repost. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. And TikTok, this is for a new movie where I Show Speed coming out in June 2026. Bye, y'all.
Speed was in Egypt looking at the statues of the pharaohs, and he asked that young lady why was the nose on it broken. And her
we all talk about the lady, but the lady was flustered. I'm not gonna hold you. She was, bro, because that's the first person that come to mind when they talk about that. Like she didn't know what to say, bro. She didn't know what to say. Plus her answers was totally different from the other guy.
They were peculiar in my opinion, to say the least, right? Because her answer was that it was erosion and something to do with, like, I guess mating or some shit. I don't remember what her second answer was, but erosion was the one that caught my attention. Yeah, white European settlers tried to take credit for the Egyptian libraries and statues and pyramids. White European settlers quite literally have tried to steal all African culture, literature, and whatever else you can name under the fucking sun, from the credit for the shit to the actual statues. So they would smash the noses in to further represent their noses. The statues were smashed out of racism. Simply because you can look at plenty statues that exist today and they're not at all eroded. Now, granted, some were made of different compounds maybe, and erosion is probably accurate for very few of those statues, but overall racism
one of them,
is why the Egyptian statues noses were broken, because white people are so insecure about their place in history that they lie about every single part of it.
All realness. Do you know how many elders told me the same thing about the Egyptian statues and the erosion and the nose, and that's why it's gone? You let them lie to you and you believed it, and you try to sit here and turn around and try to tell us the same damn thing. You didn't bother to use your context clues, your critical thinking skills. You just like, okay, you right, because you're palm colored and we're gonna believe you. Growing up, I had a crush on this guy and he told me that my nose was too big. And ever since then, I had self-conscious issues. I had hard time looking people in the face because I always felt like they was looking at my fat bell pepper nose. So when I see Jonathan Majors, I love that bell pepper nose. When I see Ari Lennox, I love her bell pepper nose. Talking about she looking like a Rottweiler. They made me feel like I was the ugliest little girl. Even to the point where I was putting on makeup trying to contour my nose with the makeup, trying to make my nose look smaller. But I love my nose. Now I know that it offends them. And everywhere they look, even when they came to the Americas and they seen the Olmec statues and they saw the big wide nose, yes, baby, that's me. When we go to Egypt or Kemet and we see those noses knocked off, baby, yes, that was me. They hated it because I can smell bullshit. This nose right here helped us become the best breatharians that there was. This orifices help us breathe in the cosmos that they clearly keep trying to cover up in the sky. I love that I Show Speed went there and did what he did. You know what I'm saying? Because he already know. I don't know people well, he didn't know. He knows. He's kind of in the industry. He's already aware. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to put the younger generation, the younger Gen Zs and Gen Alpha on. For those who know, you know. But the moment I found out that's why they knocked the noses off, I fell in
definitely
love
woke,
with my
y'all.
nose. It hurt my soul when I seen Glorilla go get her nose done. I'm like, who put you up to this? Your label? Look me. I know, sis. I know. They wouldn't get off your back about it. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of made you feel self-conscious about it too. I know. Just this has been a problem our whole life. But I just hate that they kind of coerced you into doing that, and they kind of got in your head saying, oh, well, you know, this might boost your career. And now everybody really gets, oh, she looks better. Y'all should have loved her the way that she was naturally. You know what I'm saying? Getting the teeth fixed, okay, that's one thing. Getting braces, okay, we get that. That's simple. That's simple, difficult shit. Even with Michael Jackson, all the Jacksons, you know, their reasons was oh, well, you know, because we don't want to look like our dad. We hate our dad. Okay, I get that. You know? But Michael, you kept getting your nose done so much to the point where it fucking fell off. And y'all have to understand that they hate our blackness. And a lot of those statues that he's seen are not even the real statues. A lot of those statues are curated and designed and recreated by them. So the real statues, they are hiding in the Vatican. The real statues, they are hiding in the CIA and the Pentagon. That's where they're hiding the real statues. And they putting the fake shit out in the forefront. And then people showing pictures of the Romans and the Greek statues with their nose missing. Baby, those statues is fucking fake. And then if you want to get technical, the real gods and goddesses of Greek mythology and Roman mythology look like me. Let's talk about it. So anyway, and then they get mad at us saying, you guys are trying to steal our identity and you guys just don't want to be who you are, black. And it's like, first off, black is a status that you put on an application when you try to get Federal Reserve notes. We are melanated. They were melanated over here in Americas. They were melanated in Africa. They were melanated in the Europes. They were melanated in Australia. Baby, we were everywhere. Why can't y'all understand that? There are melanated people in Antarctica. Why can't y'all understand that? And why can't you be okay with that? Because you're not okay with that is the reason why we have the problems that we have today. Because you can't just accept the motherfucking truth. You're mad. You are not the alpha and you're not the omega. We know the truth. You know what I'm saying? The history and the knowledge is passed down word of mouth through our people, through our tribes. But because y'all separated us, raped, pillaged, and did everything, colonized and did everything to separate us and lied, you control the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to steal your identity because it was our identity to begin with. Same thing with what Kyrie Irving said, and same thing what Kanye West said. How could we be anything of what you're claiming us to be, but when we the real thing? They're gonna take this video down, but I don't care. Because I'm going to keep coming back. I'm going to keep coming back. And I'm going to keep coming back. And I'm going to keep coming back. Because we don't die. We multiply. And the only reason that we can see those pyramids so clearly in Kemet is because there's no trees that grew up on them. Thousands of pyramids in America. But you can't see them so visibly because the trees grew up on it. They're filled with grass and greenery. Egypt doesn't have grass and greenery.
It was so fire. Look, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? We've been touching on this topic for the past couple of videos. How did y'all feel about that Egypt stream, though? I felt like it was off. I don't know if y'all seen that Algeria stream that he had with everything that happened when they was throwing water bottles at him and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, man. It's been a crazy few streams up there in North Africa. You know what I'm saying? They need to get it together, y'all. They definitely need to get it together. But let me know what you guys think, man. Hope you guys enjoy my reaction. Commentary. You already know what it is. On the road to 100,000. Wow. Stay tuned for next, y'all. Peace.